What if failure is actually success trying to be born in a bigger way? Do you go for your dreams? Do you go for the big things in life? Or do you sort of settle and go for something smaller? Go for what you think is reasonable, what you think you can have, what makes practical sense. And then when it doesn't work out or you feel like you failed, do you judge yourself or blame yourself? Well, what if part of that failure is that you failed to go for what your soul is really calling for, what you're really yearning for? And what if all of those failures are actually pushing you toward something greater, toward your greater success? And what if you had the courage and were willing to take the risks, to step up to those greater visions, to step up to those greater things that you desire in your life? And sometimes we get pushed when we don't. And so what if those failures are actually that push to be greater, to be the person that you actually really want to be and desire to be in your life? Have you ever maybe lost your job when you were actually really weren't that happy with it and it was actually limiting you? And there's a failure opportunity that pushed you towards something greater, required you to do something different in your life because you yourself weren't willing to choose it, weren't willing to step up to it. So what if you started to really step up to being your best self, being the full you in your life? And what if everything that doesn't work out or seems like it failed is really just an opportunity for something greater and for your greater well-being, happiness, fulfillment, and success? I know what have felt like repeated failures for me have really pushed me into places that I wouldn't have gone, and I really would have, I think, settled if my soul would have let me in places where I really wasn't reaching my full potential. I really wasn't being my best self. And while painful in the moment, I can look back in my life and feel so grateful for all of the things that didn't work out and didn't come to be, all of the relationships that tanked, all of the living situations, jobs where I was just being small, really, and I wouldn't have ultimately been satisfied. And when they failed or they didn't work out or whatever that was, it drove me toward a greater quest, toward seeking something greater, toward achieving more essentially in my life. And what if that is also in some way true for you? For all the places that you feel like you're just butting heads or things aren't working or just failure after failure, things just keep falling apart. What if you open yourself up to something greater that the universe has in store for you, something greater that life is calling you toward? And what if any success really truly is, any failure really truly is your success trying to get your attention and trying to be born in a greater way?